What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome into another episode here. We got Wyatt Chapman already coming in hot. We got an episode here, guys. The back nine with myself, Mr. Gogster. We got the Shriners Open here, Las Vegas, Nevada, as I like to call it, Lost Wages. That's where you go lose all your money, right? But not this week, guys. We got some winners. We're feeling good. Got the Titleist hat, Masters flag in the background. Shout out to everyone tuning in. Pub Sports Radio. If you don't already know, Twitter, Instagram, or sorry, not Instagram, Twitter, Discord, YouTube. They're a sports platform that you want to be jumping on. When it comes to sports betting, these guys, we got some of the best group of cappers that I've seen in the last probably 15 years or at least 10 years of capping sports. I might look young, guys, but we've been doing this for a while. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get into this Open here. Shriners Open, TPC Summerlin. This is a course that a lot of the guys like to come and play. It's not exactly the toughest of courses. It's very flat. It's in Las Vegas, too, so that's a good reason to show up. It's a desert course, but yet it's on bent grass greens, guys. So that's something similar you're going to have up here in Canada. Let me know if I'm lagging at all there, Vic. I can try and work on something. But anyways, guys, this is very similar to a course up here in Canada, you could almost say. It's very lush, surprisingly. You got trees all over the place. It's flat, too, so you don't got to worry about any elevation, anything, changing your distances or worrying about that. It's a very flat course. It's a birdie fest. All these holes pretty much played under par from my research in the last, dating back, I think it was since 2013 or 2012. So this is a very doable course. The toughest holes are going to be late. It's the signature holes, the last 4 holes. Risk reward, we have 341 yard. This will be number 15. It's a drivable par 4 risk reward, like I just said. You want to be able to run it up here, but you want to have a lower ball flight because the green's really elevated on number 15. So if you hit a high shot, you better get a little bit of roll on it because this green's really elevated. But it's a birdie fest. It's a really doable hole, but it is a signature hole here at TPC Summerlin. The next one's going to be a risk reward par 5 for you guys here. 560 yards. It's reachable in 2. So this is when the guys got to start. They're going to have to get down to crunch time and make a birdie or 2 here, right? Second shot over a large body of water, 2 bunkers too if you go long. So you're gonna have to. It's all second shots. A lot of these golf courses like TPC Summerlin, John Deere Classic, 3M, they're all second shot. And are you familiar with bent grass greens? Do you like putting on bent grass, Bermuda? In this case, we're dealing with bent grass. So we got a bunch of golfers that I have here, guys, that are really good on bent grass because, hey, everyone can get to the green. It's who's going to make the most, who feels like they're at home. That putter stick, baby, it's got to be good. Shout out to Y with the flopper there. Hopefully Mama Chapman's doing well. There's Sammy Burns, won it for Mama Chapman too. There, how about Sammy Burns? Shout out to him. But anyway, guys, yeah, flat course, 4-tier greens. So the greens are they're big. There's some of these greens are quite large, so you're gonna have to be really precise if the pin's at the back of the green, the front. The course is about 7,200 yards, depending again where the pins are. It's a par 71 as well. Looking at the hole, I believe it was, what do I have here? Number 3, guys, it's 492. It's a par 5 for most people like myself, but for these guys, it's a par 4. It's actually one of the toughest holes on the course, 4.17. It's the only hole on this whole course that guys are going to be struggling on. So if you guys want some live betting holes, I'd say take the bogey on number 3 for some of these guys because 492, that's definitely a tougher par 4, even for the pros. Sticking to the let's talk about the weather, guys. The weather's going to be very important here. We're going to have heavy winds. Like these winds are going to be just howling in the wind. Like you're going to want to close the windows. It's one of those where the winds start howling. You're thinking there's coyotes outside. You know what I mean? But anyways, Thursday, 17 to 31 kilometer winds. Jesus, kilometers in mile per hour. A little different here in Canada. But 17 to 31 kilometer winds. Friday 27, Saturday 16 to 17, and then Sunday dies down a little bit, 22 to 15. But there's going to be a lot of wind, so you want guys that got a piercing ball flight, lower ball flight. I have one guy in mind that's standing out to a T. This guy loves bent grass. I've seen him up here in Canada, and he's a young lad. He loves avocados too. If anyone knows him personally, well, not personally, but you know what I mean on the internet, right? Past standings here, guys who did really well. 2020. Martin Laird won this one, guys, in a playoff against Wolf and Cook. Our guy, Abraham Answer, he was minus 22. Malnati minus 19. Han 19. Zalatoris, who went really low last week, unfortunately couldn't close the door, but he did really good in 2020. Siwoo Kim minus 18. Joachim Neiman minus 17. Simpson 17. And M 17 under. 2019, Kevin Na, he won this, but he's not going to be in the tournament from what I what I came across, or one of my guys told me he's not going to be in the tournament. So if I haven't seen any clarification on that, though, because Pinnacle, the book I like to use, guys, they still had the lines up for Na. So if anyone has any clarification on Kevin Na, I believe he's out. But he won this in 2019. Pat Perez was second. Hadwin, Stewart, Simpson again, Damon Glover, McCarthy, List, Matsuyama, and Ryan Moore. 2018, a couple years ago, but DeChambeau, guys, he's not going to be here. He won this 2018. Ryder, Fowler, who's going to be in this. Answer again, Streb, Hadley, Palmer, Glover, Neiman, Piercy, and M. So those are some guys who play well. 3 or 4 of them are going to be in our 6-pack, which we're going to get to any moment here. I just want to go over the holes one more time for you guys. Par 3s, obviously there's going to be 4 of them. They all play actually over par. So here's the conundrum. Par 3s are going to be that's where we're going to take advantage of this golf course. Number 5 is playing 3.00, so right on the mark. You're not gaining strokes, you're not losing strokes on that hole. Number 8, 3.07 is playing over par. Number 14, 2.94, so pretty much par again. And then number 17, 3.14. Par 3s are going to be a big difference maker here, guys. Friday show, tune in for the Friday show. I got a heavy hitter going to be joining us. You guys are going to want to miss this. Grab a beer. Good for a couple laughs, that's for sure. We'll talk about more of the course and who we like on these par 3s because I want to see more of the golf course and how these guys are handling the par 3s. And once we do see guys that are gaining strokes on par 3s, we will fire. So that's par 3s for you guys. Par 4s, there's going to be 11 of them, all playing under par except for number 3, which was converted from a par 5 to a par 4. But yeah, every single one of these holes are playing under par. So par 4s, it's going to be a birdie fest. Par 5s, there's 3 of them, again, playing heavy under par, 4.36, 4.6, and 4.44. Birdie fest. Yeah, so let's get to this stat right here for you guys. Birdie or better. 2020, 2021 season. Scheffler was first, Simpson second, English third, Hovland fourth, Davis fifth, Koepka sixth, Kokrak 7th, and Kazire were 8th. That's running out the birdie or better players for the 2020-21 season. Let's almost at the 6-pack. Almost, guys. We're just going to keep going a couple more stats. Talking about approach, the guys who were the best in the approach game last year was Paul Casey. We actually scratched him. He was originally on our list there, guys, but no thank you, Casey. Not liking the way he's playing right now. He is number 1, though, in approach. Zalatoris is 2, Henley 3, Hovland 4, Connors 5, Matsuyama 6, Hoffman 7, and Koepka 8. Tee to green's going to be very important. Obviously, putting we think is going to be the number 1 on bent grass, but tee to green, you got Casey again, Hovland, Koepka, Matsuyama, Connors, Zalatoris, Scheffler, and Neiman. Putting's overall here, guys. I don't take this one too much into consideration because it's Bermuda, it's bent grass, it's POA, it's the whole 9 yards, right? But number 1 in putting last year was Louis Oosthuizen, JT Post, and all these guys are playing in the tournament too. Kokrak, Todd, Zach Johnson, Reed Poulter, and Higo, Mr. Higo. If you guys got any questions too, feel free to fire them out here. You know, Shriners Open. This is a golf course where Doug Gimp owns me thousands. Yeah, Dougie Gimp. He can't putt to save his life. Pretty much give his putter to his caddy or give it to someone in the crowd because they might have a better shot than his ass would. You know what I mean, Wyatt? But yeah, it's a golf course where anyone can win this one, guys. It's not exactly it's not a tough golf course, right? So these guys that are kind of always lurking or that seem to have those triple bogeys, double bogeys. You're not going to see many of that. You're not going to see much of that here. Look for guys to have just go off when it comes to these par 4s. It's going to be the par 3s. I know I keep reiterating this, guys, but par 3s are going to be the number 1 stat we want to look at here. Let's get to the 6-pack. Without further ado, number 1 on the list here is going to be Mr. Webb Simpson. Webb Simpson, guys, he's going to be 28-1. Sorry, a little hot here in Canada. You can see the sweats building up there. Anyways, Webb Simpson, 28-1, guys. He loves this track. We were talking about him a couple times if you were listening closely there, guys. He was, where are we here? Past. He was 2020, he was minus 17. And 2018, he was minus, where are we here? 2019, he was minus 19 again. So he loves this track. He was a T13 and T7. This is a Webb Simpson track. The only issue I might have would be the wind. Wind was something I looked up later than I probably should have. We already pulled the trigger on Webb Simpson, but just keep the ball down a little bit, Webb. Don't lose the ball in the wind, and he should definitely be there. He loves putting on bent grouse as well, guys. Last year, plus 0.17. Okay, decent. But the year before that, 2019, plus 1.27. Webb Simpson, he's definitely making the card there, guys. Great shot, 28-1. That's where we're starting our 6-pack today. Number 2, Louis Oosthuizen. Louis, right when you think this guy's not, sneaking in somewhere, who's Louis Oosthuizen? Oh, I forgot he's in there, right? Don't sleep on Louis here, guys. It's a track where it's all second shots, right? And the way Louis's been putting, looking at his stats, guys, for last year, Louis Oosthuizen's putting was absolutely just impeccable. Only thing was he missed the putts when he needed to close out the victories. He had a lot of seconds, thirds, 6th, 8th, 9th, 10th, you name it. He pretty much had everything but first. This year, I think this is a great chance, guys. 30-1, decent number. He's going to be second on our card, Louis Oosthuizen. We also have him in a matchup bet, but going to the Shriners, he was T19 last year, and he gained 0.46 strokes. The way the man's playing, don't be surprised if Louis Oosthuizen wins this Shriners Open. Number 3 on our list is going to be Brian Harman. Brian Harman not Brian Harman there. Sorry, don't worry about it, Vic. That was my fault there. That was on me, buddy. Next one on the list is going to be Joakim Niemann. I believe Joakim Niemann's next. Are we right? Let's just see top left corner. What's it going to be? Joakim Niemann? Anyways, Siwoo Kim. They're both 45-1. So there you go. Siwoo Kim. We'll start with Siwoo Kim, guys. Playing unbelievable. He was 11th at the Fortinet and then 8th at the Sanderson Farms. The guy's just playing impeccable golf right now, Siwoo Kim. And look for it to carry over here. At first, he wasn't on the list. He actually took the spot for Kevin Streelman. Kevin Streelman was on my list there, guys, but wait till you hear this. He was cut last year at the Shriners. He was cut the year before that, and he hasn't been gaining strokes at all on the putting surfaces. He's a lot better at the CJ Cup, which is also going to be in Las Vegas the next week. We'll have full coverage on that for you guys. But Streelman, definitely not going to make the list. We put in Siwoo Kim. Look at what Siwoo Kim's done, guys. He was 8th at this tournament last year, gaining 0.56 strokes. Good sign. Year before that, T55 plus 3.8. He's moving on the upward trend, and the way his golf is right now, don't be surprised if this guy, Siwoo Kim, Korea is one of Korea's finest golfers. He needs to get the W's before he could be called to military service. So Siwoo Kim, great shot to lift the trophy this week. Number 4, this is the one I really was looking forward to telling you guys. Joakim Niemann, another one, 45-1. Piercing ball flight. If you guys remember the tournament, he was went to a playoff. Unfortunately, he didn't practice. He was chilling with Garcia and the wives. And he lost to, I believe it was Billy Horschel. I think it was Billy Horschel, guys. But Joakim Niemann, lower ball flight, loves putting on bent grass. That's the guy I've seen up here in Canada. He's gained some weight too. We follow this guy on the social medias, and he's putting on some pounds. He's focusing on his putting a lot more. That's what really cost him a lot of cuts and even winning tournaments last year. Don't be surprised. Another guy, Joakim Niemann, great shot. Love his ball flight here. Prefers putting on bent grass, 23, 24 years old. This guy's going to be peaking soon, and we want to have him on our card at 45-1. Number 5 is going to be Brian Harman. We slept him in earlier. I don't know why. He's taking the space. The place for Paul Casey. Paul Casey was 35-1. We can do better. Brian Harman, 70-1. Check that box. Wait to hear what Brian Harman's done, guys. He was T13 last year at this tournament, plus 1.80. The year before that, T16 plus 1.16 on this putting surface. He loves this track. The wind could be the only difference in this. I know the wind in Vegas, I don't think it was stirring up. I don't have the exact stats on that there, guys, but I don't think the wind was stirring up in the last couple of years. This year, especially around on Thursday and Friday, there's going to be some wind. So only issue would be Harman. He's not that deep off the tee. If he can just keep her lower in the ball flight, very similar to our guy, Abraham Answer, who's going to also make one of our he's on our matchups and our top 20s, but we'll get to him soon. Brian Harman, 70-1, guys. That's a really good number on a guy who's played lights out at this course, and he's gaining strokes big time on these putting surfaces. So definitely Brian Harman, 70-1, couple shekels on that. Sign me up. Number 6, this guy was on our card last week, Patton Kizzire. He was kind of lurking, but you get him at 103-1, and Patton Kizzire, he's gaining strokes putting. I can't reiterate this enough, guys. If you prefer putting on bent grass, it's going to show on your strokes gained putting, right? He was T24 last year, plus 1.33 strokes on the putting surface, T42, but he still gained 1.17. His approach has been a lot better, especially last year, leading into this year too. Patton Kizzire, 103-1. You got to throw a couple bucks on him, in my opinion, guys. Yeah, that's going to round out our top 6 for you guys. 6-pack special. It's been a bit of a battle throughout the year. We only throw a couple bucks on these, if you know what I'm saying. Like 0.75 units on the first 2, 0.5 on Kim and Neiman, 0.3 on Harman, and 0.2 on Kazire. All those will pay out around 20 units, 20 to 1 if we do, or when we do cash that ticket. Moving on, T20s for you guys. T20s, we got 7. Do I have to say? Yeah, 7 of them on the list here. We're talking about him earlier. Abraham Answer. Watching interviews from this guy, pretty much when I became a big fan of him, I was like, what's his favorite track? It's the Shriners, guys. And he was 22 to 1. He was the favorite, which left a lot of people, even including myself, scratching my head. But they, for good reason, the books have definitely done their research. He loves this track. Answer, his ball flight, hitting the ball straight. There's a lot of bunkers too, so you're going to want to be comfortable in the bunkers. He's comfortable in the bunkers. Really good putter on bent. T20 machined. I say death, taxes, and Abraham Answer top 20s. It's just kind of like it's not a guarantee, but it's inevitable, as they say, right? Abraham Answer plus 133. I really like that number too. He's going to start off the T20 card. The next 6 are going to be all of our 6-pack guys. So Simpson, Oosthuizen, Kim, Neiman, Harman, and Kazire are all going to make the top 20 list. If we think they're going to win, guys, you got to throw top 20 money on it, right? And they're all plus money. Simpson plus 137, Louis plus 150, Harman plus 285, Kim plus 208, Neiman plus 230, and Kazire plus 350. We're going to have a full unit on each one of those plays. So Kazire gets that top 20. That's 3.5 units right there. Yeah, guys, we really like our 6-pack this week, including those top 20s, throwing a unit on those puppies. We got 7 of them. Let's rock and roll. A little sip of coffee here. We're battling today up here north. The weather's kind of getting a little, I don't know if it's allergy season or what, guys, but the dry air's here, and get the humidifier on. Don't worry, that's what your boy Gogster just did. There's a little fart there in the computer. Hopefully we're still here. Yeah, we're still rocking and rolling. We're going to close this show out, guys, in about 3 or 4 minutes. Not going to be one of the longer ones, but my next play here is going to be a make the cut parlay. This make the cut parlay is just something I did pretty much when I first started golf. You could say it's a homer bet, but when you're just putting 3 guys on the card, getting that plus money, that's not a homer play in my opinion. We're going to have 2 make the cut parlays for you guys. These are available at Bet365. That's where I made these ones at. Simpson, Neiman, and Harman. Those 3 guys make the cut. We're cashing that at plus 165. I really like that play too, guys. We're actually throwing 2 units on each one of these make the cut parlays. Simpson, Neiman, Harman. We're really loving Simpson. Simpson loses. We're going to be eating ramen noodles next week, as they say. Simpson also with Answer and Kim. So there's going to be 2 make the cut parlays there, guys. Simpson, Neiman, Harman plus 165. Simpson, Answer, and Kim at plus 125. So those are your 2 make the cut parlays, 2 units on those. We'll tweet them out at Eagle47. You guys can see that just below there, or just where is it? Yeah, right there. Eagle47 on Twitter. I'll tweet out the full card so you guys won't miss any of those plays. But let's move on. There's going to be one more section of bets we're going to do. No first rounds this week, guys. We want to see what they do. Tune in Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Special guest. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to say his name. So you guys just tune in, and it's going to be a good time. That's for sure. But matchup bets, we got 5 matchup bets. Starting off with the fate of Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler, he's going to be good tee to green. That's the thing that's a bit scary, you could say. He's got a great ball flight in the wind too, but he does not putt well on bent grass. I can tell you that flat out. I've seen it all year. We've been fading him all year as well on bent grass. We're going to continue it this week. Simpson minus 115 over Scotty Scheffler. Just looking at Scotty Scheffler's numbers too, he was cut last year and he was T74 the year before that. It's not his track. We're also going to fade Scheffler against Answer. Answer minus 109. That's went up to minus 120 at my book. So I still like it at minus 120. If you can get that minus 109, minus 110 on Answer over Scheffler, love it. Next one's going to be Neiman over Van Rooyen, minus 126. But Van Rooyen, I have a hard time seeing him continue his hot run. Yeah, this is one where I don't have as much stats on Van Rooyen, but I do know that I really like Joakim Neiman in this spot. Van Rooyen, minus 1, fading him against Neiman. I think that's going to be a great look, guys. Minus 126. The juice is a little bit heavy, but we're putting our hard-earned money on that one. I think you should too there, guys. Number 4, sorry, is going to be Louis Oosthuizen over Harris English. Harris English, another guy, doesn't like this track. He was cut last year and also was minus 0.78 strokes on the putting surface. So English too after that big Ryder Cup. Could be a momentum builder. We don't think so. We think Louis, a guy who's been on the shelf for a little bit, played really good last year. He's going to be coming out with a win sooner than later. Minus 101, Louis Oosthuizen over Harris English. Really like that one. I think he should be probably minus 120. I don't know why it's minus 101. Last one's going to be Siwoo Kim, guys. Siwoo Kim, this is the guy I think is going to win it. Out of all these six-pack guys, I think Siwoo, he's right there. As long as he doesn't fall apart, which very well could. Siwoo Kim, we're going to fade Tringali. Tringali, he was decent last year, T19. He also gained 1.57 strokes, but just watching him last week, guys, he fell apart heavy in that tournament last week. I'm not a fan of him out on the greens, especially this year. Just this year, I don't think it's a spot to play him. Where a guy like Siwoo Kim, he's just on the rise. I really like what I'm seeing from Siwoo Kim. It's also plus 106. We're fading Cameron Tringali. The Triangle Man, beat it. Siwoo Kim, let's go. Let's cash some bread. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. I think we're doing pretty good. I have about 25 plays there. Again, check me out on Twitter, Eagle47. I'll tweet them all out for you. And one more time, with six-pack special for this week, Shriners Open in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're giving out Webb Simpson at 28-1. Louis Oosthuizen 30-1, great numbers. Siwoo Kim 45-1, Joachim Niemann 45-1 as well. Brian Harman 70-1, and old Patton Kazire at 103-1. That's going to be the show there, guys. We'll be back Friday, like I said, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a late one there. We're going to have some beers in us, and like I said, special guests. Look forward to it. We'll have the Titleist hat. We'll have some good times, good laughs. But that's going to be the show, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back again Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern for the next episode of The Back Nine with myself, Mr. Gogster. Leche. And those bookmakers, get that cash, guys. Let's go. We're not messing around today. Let's go. Leche.